Gore the Dog Butcher, back again, shine the light on this worthless dog culture. Evolution. There are many theories regarding evolution. Um, Mostly known is the Darwin evolution. And some people believe it, some people don't. Some people don't think man has evolved, but I think man has evolved. Maybe not in the way Darwin has explained it or whoever has explained it. I think man has, and not just man, but real animals have all evolved from one stage to another. May not be the exact, Darwin type, but everyone, I think this whole life, world, society, universe does evolve. That being said, I believe many, maybe not all, but many species, many real animals have have evolution, and I'm not talking about 100 years ago evolution to now evolution. I'm talking about their life cycle evolution. Nearly every species has an evolution, a natural state of evolution. And again, I'm no expert. I'm not going to speak scientifically or try to dissect this or write a thesis about it. But this, again, is just my perspective, my theory on the natural state of evolution from what I see. I may be wrong. I may be dead wrong. I may be right. I may be somewhat right. I may be horribly wrong. Just my perspective. As I'm saying, all animals, when they are conceived from the egg, if they have given birth to an animal, they have stages of their life cycle. Some animals are just born like mammal, like real life birth. They got to stay in the nest for a while. They got to watch their mother and other species hunt, and they adapt that. So they start off as naive, careless, unknowing of what's what. But eventually, as they grow up and learn and explore, they become a predator. They become smart. They know how to use their skills, their let's say even talents, their abilities, in order to survive, in order to mate, in order to just live. A good example of this I'm just talking about is the lion. Again, they are born. They look up to their to the pride. They learn from that. They're naive. They learn. They make mistakes. They explore, and then they become this predator, striving to survive. But the same cannot be said about the worthless mutts. And I'm not talking about the wolf. I'm not talking about the coyote. I am talking about the dog that is hoarded into many homes. I'm talking about the domesticated dog, the worthless dog. And they do not have evolution. They do not learn. They remain in the same state as they were born. They remain, let me rephrase that. Dogs remain in the same natural state that they were born in. They have no evolution. They don't evolve. They don't learn on their own. They remain worthless. They remain useless. They are a subspecies. that cannot compete with nature. Because in nature, all species, and there's always an exception where some just don't survive, but generally speaking, all species are able to adapt and survive in their habitat, to be able to take care of themselves and to strive alone without a dog nut to I don't know, to carry them through their whole lives. No species allows that to happen. And again, there are exceptions, but generally speaking, a lot of species, they start naive. They start, let's say, a better example, a bird. They start in an egg, they hatch. They can't see too well, they stay in the nest, they can't fly. Mother, father, whoever has to feed them, they feed them. They grow feathers, they learn to fly. They fly alone, they mate, and they have to go take care of their young. And the cycle continues. But that cannot be said about these worthless mutts. It cannot be said about these worthless mutts because dogs, worthless mutts, they lack evolution. They don't have any because they're created in a bottle. They're created they're created in labs. They're created in labs. Dogs are not real animals. They lack the evolution. They lack a life cycle. They can't take care of themselves. Nature would destroy them. Nature does destroy them. They don't even like nature. Dogs don't even like nature. That's how worthless they are. And it's this humans and dogs. I'm sorry, no. Dog nuts and dogs have this complicated relationship where dogs can't be alone and dogs dislike their dog nut. So they're in a tough spot. And that goes to show how worthless, brain dead, and stupid and vile these dogs are. And dogs, they don't have structure. They don't have any natural structure. None whatsoever. There's nothing. They don't know what to do with their lives because they live worthless lives. Stray dogs are a big example of this. Stray dogs are a big example of how worthless dogs are. Stray dogs allows us to see that dogs don't have structure. They just sit around doing nothing, bothering people, can't build their homes, can't hunt, and guess what? Dog nuts have to come and rescue them again and again and again and again. Over and over again. Dogs have no structure. Dogs cannot evolve. There's no evolution with these dogs. They're born worthless. They learn nothing from their mother or father. And then, just like other stray dogs who sit around doing nothing, they grow up and they end up sitting and doing absolutely nothing. But you can't say the same about this caterpillar. Even the caterpillar doesn't even need to be taught what to do. The caterpillar knows what it's supposed to do, unlike the dog. The caterpillar is born with an egg, hatches, becomes larva. And actually, I never even considered the caterpillar as larva ever. Until I read it somewhere that caterpillars are larvae. I never ever put caterpillars and larvae in the same sentence. But hey, you learn something new every day. So the egg, caterpillar, and all they do is eat on their own. And they're looking to survive. They eat. Then they become or grow into a cocoon or chrysalis as they call. and they hatch out as a butterfly where they mate and eat a lot of flowers and nectar and things like that. This is evolution. This is cycle. This is a purpose. Butterflies have a purpose, unlike dogs, because they help rejuvenate nature. I'm not going to get into it too scientifically, but they help, I would say, rejuvenate nature, rejuvenate the plants, the flowers. They have benefits. They're beautiful. They mind their own business. But we can't say the same thing about dogs, because they're born. Dogs are technically born, and they die. That's basically it. They live their worthless lives. And if they don't live worthless lives, why are there so many people, so many dog nutters out there rescuing these dogs? Because dogs are stupid, they're worthless, and they lack evolution. They lack a cycle. Even as humans, people, I'm talking people, not dog nuts, I'm talking people. Even people have to evolve. Start as a baby, preschool, school age, teenager, young adult, grown adult. Do a lot of stuff, work, school, build a family. Then, your family that you built builds their own family. You look over them, and there's benefits there. That's evolution. That is evolution. And the same kids that these dog nuts hate become adults. They become these adults that build dynasties, that build technology for their worthless mutt. But these dog nuts want to just say they hate kids, hate children. But they're so dumb that they can't see that these children become the same people, the same adults that build their clothes, that build their tech, that build their makeup and etc. Just like the dog is worthless and can't see its worthlessness, the dog nut is unable to see the evolution of their own selves, of their own beings. This only shows how dumb the dog nut is and how they have contracted and attracted and have developed the worthlessness and the stupidity of the dog. And I've always said that dog nuts, they take the personality. No, not the personality. Dog nuts, they become what their dogs are. If their dog is filthy, they become filthy. If the dog is a slob, they become a slob. If their dog is worthless, then the dog nut will become worthless. These dog nuts look up to their dog because deep down they lack evolution, they lack structure, they're insecure. They have no one to look up to because they hate people, they hate children. So they're stuck looking up to these worthless mutts, and they're hurting inside. They are hurting. They're dying inside. They're damaged. And they don't want to wake up because the dog nuttery has destroyed them. Hope this makes sense. I hope this makes any sense. Agree, disagree to disagree even more. But anyways, this is another worthless mutt. Score the Dog Butcher. And remember, it's okay to hate dogs.